Hey y'all, I'm gonna try to really be as honest and forthright as I can. Not that I'm not usually honest, but I'm having to dig deeper um, because I don't want to ramble and meander on the path that it feels like my mind could go. And honestly, my mind's a little torn. Not like damaged torn, but like trying to figure something out. So here's what I got to figure out. I love myself. I love the younger parts of me that didn't feel like it was safe to stand up for myself for a lot of this lifetime, maybe some other lifetimes too. And I came to this planet to help others see more light. And I feel like because I'm able to give more, that I have a responsibility to give more. And I feel like all of those things are true. But here's why I'm torn. Some people take what you give them and learn from it. But other people take what you give them and use it to delay the lessons that they need to learn from the consequences of their actions. And when we give and give and give to those people and those patterns, we're actually enabling the same type of patterns that we came to this planet to heal. We're enabling it in the same people that we came to help. We're enabling their crippling. Okay, we're supporting their crippling. So that's more important. So I think it always comes back to the gift of perspective and of recognizing that everything that happens is a gift. And that leaves us not really any choice but to recognize that there's a gift, a huge gift in discomfort, in not getting our way. That there's a reason for it. Besides its punishment, there's actual lessons to be learned in it. There's greater abundance, greater joy to be learned from it. Sorry for the water noise. So, as I'm navigating my new boundaries, less doormat, more happy, as I'm owning the seed of truth that comes forth from the steaming piles of dark magic. And remember that negative talk, whether to oneself or projected onto others, is a very, very pervasive form of dark magic. I'm realizing that in order to own my truth, to love myself, all the parts of myself, it means I've got to stand up for myself. But here's a little of that. It's not okay to bully people. Yes, we should allow others to make their own choices. But part of unconditional love is allowing others to suffer the consequences of those choices so that they can learn lessons about the nature of the energetic of their actions, the nature of the reality of their actions, not just through their own temporarily limited or blinded perceptions of justice and deserving. there's some really, really, really important things that we all recognize more and more real quickly coming up. And some of us are already getting the opportunity to recognize these things. And that's you get in what you put in. You get in what you put out. Both those things are true. So if you don't like what's happening to you, it may not be because of what somebody else is putting out. It may be because of what you put out that's coming back to you. So you can learn better what the heck you're doing. I really, truly believe that when people know better, they do better. But when we rob people of their opportunity to learn better, it only decreases their chances of learning better. So something being true that is not a truth you want to hear, that's not bullying. Saying something that is untrue to make yourself feel temporarily better, look temporarily better, because there's something within yourself you don't want to deal with, that is bullying. And if you want to quit suffering so much in life, the zero step is recognizing your part in the patterns that led to the consequences you're experiencing now. And that's not because the person who loves themselves, who your negative intentions bounced off of back to you, it's not because that person's to blame. Take a look in the mirror. And part of clean laundry is addressing the stains. And while once in a while, stains, the damage to our clothes happens from other people, especially when there's little ones around, right? Stains are great. It means we live life. But if you don't like the stains we've got on our clothing, it doesn't mean we steal our neighbor's shirt anymore, y'all. It's wake up time. It means that we start changing our habits so we quit making the messes to begin with that cause those stains. Can you dig it? Well, whether you dig it or not, we're all learning it together. And the more we accept that, the more we embrace the learning, the more we honor the gift of the discomfort, the more happy we are. Money makes things easier. It speeds up the freedom to exercise our choices. But if our choices aren't healthy for us, it's not going to make us healthier. And if our choices are not things that are bringing us true happiness and content, it's not going to make us more happy or content. In fact, it's just going to speed up and highlight the fact that the choices we're making are not choices to make us happier. N'est-ce pas? So I would strongly encourage you, if you're unhappy, have a sit down with yourself. Quit blaming other people for it. And start taking a serious look, not for show, not to look like you're doing better, but to actually do better from the inside out. And I'll be honest, some of y'all are so entrenched in your patterns that you're not going to make it out this lifetime. But every single step towards self-evaluation is going to get you one step further out of the personal hell that you have created. I love everyone unconditionally. But at some point, if a person's not willing to release their toxic patterns and they're not willing to stop attacking you, then the universe is going to step in and say enough's enough. Because some of us learn from these karmic relationships, and some people are just stuck in a place of blame. And that's where free will comes in, baby. But part of free will is going to involve the gift of consequences. Because whether or not we're willing to learn for ourselves, we're still a part of something bigger. And that bigger has kind of checks and balances. If you picture us all like tied together with strings and one person keeps jumping off this cliff over and over, what's going to happen eventually? That string is going to break. So for those of you who still have a thread of sanity, there's a lot of us out there. For those of you who still have a thread of sanity, that's aware of a pull to something better, healthier, happier. Quit kicking the others to try to lower them, because that's not elevating you. That's lowering everything, and the universe isn't really allowing that much longer. Be aware of the tug and lift yourself. Learn to float. Learn to walk. Learn to fly without the artificial influence of things that give you false and temporary rushes. I know there's some of you out there that don't need to hear this. And I know there's others of you out there that really need to hear this that don't want to. But the thing is, part of owning my truth is honoring a commitment I made to a younger part of me that didn't feel like it had a voice for a lot of my life. And I promised that part of me, if it would be brave and step forward into this next segment of my life so that I can function as a whole person. I didn't have schizophrenia. All of us have like parts of ourselves that kind of stick to their own corners a little bit until they feel that there's a safe place. And I made a commitment to younger me that I would listen to it. And it's not happy because it's been bullied for a really long time. And I have to be a good mom to myself, first and foremost. And if I had a kid outside of me that was getting treated, look, I have allowed myself to be treated because I cared more about other people most of them grown-ups, supposed to be grown-ups. And their happiness, their happiness, their temporary happiness, more than I cared about my own kid, I wouldn't be a very good mom. So part of spiritual responsibility is being a good parent to ourselves first, to our inner children. So, some things to contemplate. I apologize, it's not real organized. But some of the most important things in life are not polished, are not rehearsed, are not edited. Getting real is trending. And we're not getting real because it's trending. It's trending because more and more things are getting real, y'all. So, the way some people have been doing things, have been taught to do things, is no longer working for them. And they can either blame and ridicule themselves and project that onto others, or they can start doing the real work, taking the steps necessary to grow up. And for those of y'all who don't want to do that, you're in for continued rude awakenings, not because of black magic, but because we get what we give. So start giving more of a care about others in genuine ways. And as usual, there's no faking it with the universe. Have a good day, y'all.